So why specifically choral conducting with an orchestra? Why is that area important for you?
Well, because we need people, there are jobs there. All the orchestras have choruses, all the orchestras need conductors. And because throughout the world there is no training for this, choral conductors who may be very good with their church choir or with a chamber choir or a gospel choir or whatever it is, will be invited to prepare choirs to sing with orchestras, but it's a different set of skills. Now, of course, it's only a slightly different set of skills, but think about this. All those medical students beginning in their first year, they're all going to the same lectures and they're all laying the groundwork for being doctors.
Yeah.
By the time they finish in 6 or 7 years' time, some of them will be going to ear, nose and throat, some to heart, some to general practice and so on. And they will be all disappearing off down completely different routes. They will all be called doctor. And they will all have been in the same year at Birmingham University. By the time they're 50, they will have almost nothing in common with each other. And it's the same with conducting. The things I do mean that I can conduct a children's choir, but I'm not a specialist in it. It means that someone who's sung all their lives and conducted church choirs, like I had, has no idea about Beethoven, Mahler symphonies, about Verdi operas and so on. Opera is a whole different thing. They tend to train their own because people go into opera houses as pianists and they train the solo singers and then they play for the chorus master and so on, and they learn to be an opera chorus master or an opera chorus. So you tend to move through the opera houses and get a lifetime of experience in opera. But there is no possible training for the job that I do, and so every young person who gets one of those jobs has to start from scratch. The difference is that mine will not be starting from scratch. They'll be starting actually knowing what they're doing. One of the things they do is spend some time in the office of the CBSO. They will know how many rehearsals are needed for things, when to call in language coaches, when it's in Russian or whatever it is, how many sectional rehearsals, when do you need to split the choir into men and women only, to see how we audition and re-audition when we bring in singing teachers and things like this. This is all stuff that didn't exist when I began in Birmingham 30 years ago, and I can now just tell them how to do it.
You've given me a really fantastic overview of your course. Thank you so much, and I look forward to talking to the students later.
Indeed.
Thank you.
My name is Jonathan Hatley. I'm from America, originally from Oklahoma, coming from Texas, and what brought me to the university is sort of the prospects of what we may be able to do after the course, and also, of course, getting to work with Simon.
I'm Jonathan Lucas Wood. I'm from the UK, specifically from Exeter in the southwest, I've been conducting choirs for kind of 5 to 6 years, but I really wanted to just take it to the next level, and working with Simon, who is kind of internationally renowned, it will hopefully help me to do that.
Absolutely.
I'm James Bates. I'm from Birmingham, so I haven't travelled too far. And this course in particular was attractive mainly because of taking what I'd practiced as a chamber choirs and upscaling that to larger sort of symphonic choruses, and the opportunity was few and far between throughout the rest of the country, so it was a brilliant opportunity.
Great.
Well, my name is Daniel Rodriguez. I'm from Colombia. I'm here because I was so impressed about the huge time podium you can have as a student here at the University of Birmingham, and also the amazing tuition of one of the greatest conductors we have nowadays. I have worked mostly with children's choirs, but I'm here I'm up to learn what is going to be what I'm going to find here to be a better conductor.
Great. So I imagine that you've all had some experience of working with choirs at your previous universities. Was choral conducting was that quite new to you, or did you come to orchestral conducting first and then you graduated to choral?
So I come from a very musical family. My grandmother sort of got me into choral conducting. and so it's always been on my radar of something that I wanted to do. I have dabbled in orchestral conducting, but I would love to be able to merge the two with symphonic choral conducting as well.
Great.
Yes, so I kind of fell in love with choral conducting when I was accepted into the National Youth Choir in Great Britain at age 16. And ever since then, I've just been trying to kind of conduct as many choirs as possible. I have done a little bit of orchestral conducting as well, things like Gilbert and Sullivan, my previous university, but the focus is really on choirs for me and training choruses. Yeah.
Great.
I've been running a relatively small choir in my local church since I was 14, alongside a more senior organist. But yeah, mainly sort of in the ecclesiastical world of singing, playing the organ, conducting the choir, and then at my undergraduate I was conducting the chapel choir as well. We didn't have director of music in our first year, so I was sort of learning the repertoire, choices, etc. To be made again in an ecclesiastical sense.
Yeah.
So this sort of opportunity broadens that horizon a little bit and takes us into more there's secular works as well, but there's some ecclesiastical works as well.
Great.
Well, my undergraduate program was in choral conducting in Colombia. So, and I have been working with choirs since I started my undergraduate degree, which I finished it 2 years ago. So yeah, I've always been involved in choirs in the church, in the Catholic Church in Bogota, my city, but also with all children choral programs that we have with different communities, and also with community choirs of adults, yeah, that mostly do Latin American choral music. So yes, that's my background.